Hell yeah,
Thank y'all for the new subscribers. We hit 1,000 on IG. We're at 1,500 on YouTube. Y'all pulling up. The clips are doing very well.
Yep.
So thank y'all for sharing those, watching those, and we're gonna blow this thing up this year. That's the goal this year. So thank y'all.
If y'all want to see it, I mean, I've seen people in the conversation say y'all want to see us live and on tour. You got to spread the word.
Yeah, the podcast has to be big enough.
Yeah,
for that.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
We gotta get a background.
Yeah. For the computer has to die.
No, I just want to make sure it doesn't.
Oh, where your toolbox at?
You know what? In the house.
I'm about to say, if you're not a man, you ain't got a toolbox.
Yeah, why would we have that?
I mean, it usually goes in the garage.
You work on.
Yeah. When I grew up, toolboxes ain't in the garage.
Yeah. These new homeowners.
These millennial.
Oh, the toolbox is next to my bed.
Yeah. Next to the armoire. Of course, man. Come on.
Next to the china.
Like, we have little shit there. Like, we might have an extra screwdriver, but we don't have a garage. So let's get that out the way.
Right.
If I had a garage.
So how dare you poor judge me?
Yeah, if you had a garage, where would your toolbox
It would be in the motherfucking garage.
In the motherfucking garage.
Absolutely.
We got to turn off sounds though.
I got my, hold on. Do we keep, I try to keep.
We got to,
I try to keep my fire on though. My emergency. Yeah.
Just put on vibrate.
What? Put it on vibrate. Mine's on vibrate.
All right.
What you scared of? It ain't.
Man. I just,
we live near each other, Gary.
Yeah. And the one that was here that was a problem is out.
See, niggas think they know everything.
It is. It's on the app. Look at it.
I don't care. I don't care what's on the app, but you just want to be sure.
How you not care what's on the app?
You just want to be sure.
That's what the app is for.
I want to receive my alarms. I want my alarms.
Why do you
put it on
want your
vibrate?
alarm?
Now I need to know. I need to know when it because it could happen in an instant.
In a blip?
Yeah, you never know.
And they good. They was like, hey, we know what happens in here.
Kim Jong and
right.
all them.
You get butt ass nigga, they wouldn't care.
Whoa, hey.
You know what I mean?
Ain't no butt naked basketball going on here, y'all.
Butt naked basketball.
Oh man. Yeah, those fires, man. Did the fires fuck the pussy up for you? The fires that fuck the pussy up?
Why would they fuck? Nothing fucks the pussy up in my house.
All right,
or else I'm out of here.
I can't see your Patreon, people. I can't see.
You can see the comments. It's on the YouTube page.
Oh, I was looking through the Patreon. Nigga, I feel like an old nigga right now. Like, I don't know what technology like.
Click on the link that you just sent me, and the comments are in there. They're in there. They're in the live chat.
You don't need to look at that though, right?
No, just for comments.
Okay.
But I can leave it.
So we can kind of dial in.
Yeah.
To each other.
Fucking therapy ass nigga. No distraction.
Let me tell you something. The nigga that was against therapy so much is now just like, so we gotta listen to each other and feel each other's feelings and emotions.
I was listening before therapy.
Were you?
Yeah. Yeah. I wasn't listening to bullshit. Now I'm more open to hearing some bullshit. I'm like, okay, go ahead, give me that bullshit. I'm here for it. Before I would cut the bull, I'd be like, I ain't got time for the bullshit.
But that's the thing. You think it's bullshit. You gotta remember. You gotta always remember when we all feel that way. We're like, man, that's some bullshit. Just like, nah. I mean, and sometimes it is. I agree with you, but I think sometimes it's just like
validate people's bullshit.
Well, no. Sometimes it is actual bullshit. Sometimes, like when you say something, you might be like, nigga, this is bullshit. But she might feel like it's bullshit, but you think it's not. You think it's serious.
Few and far between. But usually if I have like the space to like explain why it's bullshit, you know what I mean? But then that opens another like door of opportunity for more conflict.
Or it's vice versa.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's not bullshit until they explain it correctly. And then you're like, oh.
Yeah.
All right, but at first what you led with was bullshit.
Yeah.
And then you fixed it. But anyway, yeah, we back.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
We back, guys. What is episode 10?
Yeah,
I think so.
Is that monumental? Is that
Yes, that's
celebratory?
That's a mark.
That's celebratory.
Yeah.
I put a clapping effect right here.
Episode 10, Keon Polee.
Gary Michael Anderson.
Keenan Baker or Jamon for the Spanish people.
Oh damn.
AKA Ham. But that's what Jamon means.
This is a lot. Oh, I learn something new about you every day.
What do you mean?
They used to call you Ham?
Nah, they never call me Ham. Well, like the Mexican kids that when they told me, cause I didn't know what it meant. I was like, my name is Jamon or whatever, and they're like, how you spell it? I spelled it. They were just like, your name is Ham in Spanish, bro. Like
Oh, that's funny.
And I was just like, all right. He was like, Ham Baker. I'm like, all right, you shut your ass up. And then it stopped. it was pretty quick.
Damn. Was it like a day or like a week?
It was like a day or two because it was like I used to hang out with this one kid, like this one Latino kid, and he said it, and then I clowned him back because he played the flute, and I was just like, all right, he played the flute, nigga. Like, who are you to say anything about me? My name being Ham.
You have musical talent. Like, what? Who cares?
I mean, I was in a band with him, so I wasn't making fun of him.
Oh, but you're playing a more
instrument.
You're playing a more masculine instrument.
Would you play the drums?
I play the clarinet.
Well, wait, that's worse.
No, it's not. You know what the clarinet is?
What's worse? Clarinet
The flute.
I don't know. I
The
don't
flute
know about
is. The flute is the.
It's all gay to me. The nigga said I was in band. I was like, oh yeah, that's gay.
No, the band was dope. Like, so.
At a black college.
No, but even like, I ain't gonna say I essentially thought of it because of a black college, but when I did it in middle school, and I played clarinet first, and then you take it's kind of like you look at it kind of like sports a little bit because there is competition. It's like first chair, second chair, third chair.
Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Right. So if you the best, you first chair. So it was like I was first chair throughout, and then
what's clarinet again?
And then the coach started hating on you.
Black one.
Yeah. But the flute's the same thing, just sideways.
But the flute looks like you got to go like this into the flute. You have to go into the flute.
So you're saying clarinet's more saxophony?
It is. It'd be
brass instrument.
It'd be closer to the saxophone. Woodwind.
You need a reed in there.
You need a reed for sure.
Okay.
So it's like
I know a little bit. I know a little something, bro.
So in 8th grade, these girls were.
Oh, you went all the way to 8th grade.
Yeah, these girls were kicking.
Can you still play?
I could probably still play. I gotta tune up though for sure. But I could probably still because Kimberly Clark.
Yes.
She plays clarinet. She played it all through her life too. So we connected on that like not too long ago. She's like, yo, I gotta get you back on. My dad bought me one every day.
Oh, you gotta get back to playing that, man.
So let me get back to it real quick. So in
Yeah.
8th grade, these girls were whooping my ass, bro. Like I couldn't get first chair for nothing. Every time I did a test, I was like, I want to test again. My chair kept moving further back.
Challenging them for musicianship.
I was like 3rd chair, then I got the 2nd chair, then I was 4th chair, then 5th chair, then I was in the 2nd row at some point, and then I remember I was just like,
this nigga was watching from the glass outside.
They were these girls were dope. It was just 2 Latino girls. They were fucking nice with it, and then the dude was like, yo, the teacher, he was just like, hey man, we need somebody in percussion. Like there's one dude that plays like all the percussion, but he needs help. He can't play the drums, the bells, the fucking I forgot the big drum. He can't play all that by himself.
Bass drum?
I forgot what it's called. It might be the bass drum. But it's like so I went back there and I was playing the snare drum.
Okay.
So he put me in the snare drum, so I got to go with the snare drum too.
How long did you do that for?
Snare drum for the rest of that year, and then my dad bought us a drum set. So we had a whole like the whole like the whole set.
So you can play the drums?
I was solid. I was good at the snare, but I wasn't great at the drums as I should have. I was solid.
But you can play the drums though.
Yeah, I can play the drums. No, I do.
And
Yeah.
the clarinet. Why don't you explore this musical talent?
You know what it was like when I got to high school.
Gay.
No, when you get to high school, you have a choice. You can either hoop or you can play. It was the same period.
Yeah.
So it was like, all right, hoop was like my dream. I should have been like, all right, nigga, I'm 5'9". This ain't gonna happen. I was 5'5" at the time actually. So I should have been like, what am I doing this for? But I wanted to hoop more than anything. So I had to give up the band. I couldn't play band.
But because you have it already, like you could tap back into it easier than somebody learning from scratch. You already have the
for sure. I would probably need
muscle memory.
I probably need just a little bit of time to remember how to read music. I know how to kind of read it, but I gotta remember how to read. We playing dope songs. We playing like Surface Safari and Victor, like William Tell Overture. Like those are the songs we were playing. A lot of dope shit. Like I was nice. I was kind of nice at the clarinet, to be honest.
This nigga getting into it now.
Yeah.
I am getting into it.
Go ahead and take it on stage, bro.
We mean as a joke?
Just take it on stage and go ahead and be the music
No,
comedian,
I'm not gonna be that nigga.
Go ahead, bro. We need to get on, nigga. This funny shit ain't working. Get your niche.
Here's the thing. I would do that once I start kind of getting bored of stand up. Cause like, cause I feel
Would you do it more like a Jamie Foxx or what's his name? Keith not Keith
Bob
Robinson. No, Robinson.
Not Keith Robinson.
From the movies.
Craig
Robinson. After they sit on the keys and like, would you do a little clarinet?
Oh yeah.
Little,
If I got nice with it, like, and people kind of knew that, they were kind of with it. I'd be like, yo, man.
So after the show's over,
Yeah, you on the stage. I'm gonna play
Music with Keenan.
Yeah, because I mean, you can play like a clarinet has a lot of, especially when you're first chair and second chair, you also get different music. When you're first chair, you get the hardest thing. When you second, when you like third chair and below, he would give us like the easier stuff. So when you're doing like the harder stuff, a lot of times that's the main part of what shit sounds like. So if you're doing like, let's say you're doing like a hip hop thing, you be playing like the main tunes of like whatever that song is, and then a nigga that's like fourth or fifth chair playing like the background is the bam, and you be that nigga. Yeah. So
yeah, you got to get back on that, man.
My brother plays saxophone. That's how I got into it. He plays saxophone
explore the whole thing.
Does he still play?
I'm not going to talk, but
he does it. He was nice. Corey was really good at saxophone. He was really good. And then my dad bought us both instruments, and then we were at home practicing all the time. So take it to school, walk to school, had a big ass briefcase, nigga. Just
man, look at you out here, sneaky talents.
Hey man,
you gotta do it, man.
According to Gary, that's gay.
It's not gay, man. Sometimes you gotta be
do
gay,
it,
man.
Yeah, sometimes. Hey, if it pay the bills.
You know what I mean? Get out there and play that music, man.
Shit. T-Mobile want their money.
That's the goal in 2025. Use all your talents.
Yeah.
How's 20? I mean, I guess it's still early, but like, has 2025 kicked in for y'all? Being like, all right, man, I gotta kick in the gear and go hard with some shit.
I mean, I already started. You know, just being more consistent with everything. I was like, I'm just gonna do this.
Yeah.
Make sure I'm going live on the Patreons. Make sure I'm doing all my postings. Make sure, even like the days I didn't want to post, I was like, all right, let me throw some old shit. Like, let me stay. On this shit. I know I was talking about I ain't going on the road, but then they hit me and like we setting up the dates.
Of course.
And
how do you turn that down, man?
All that stuff. So yeah, I'm in, the writing, all that shit. I started filming my sets so I could put the clips out. Like I'm doing all the things.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop
let me tell you something, man. I try to get Keon to film his sets for a very long time because Keon runs through so much material. He has so much material. He has so much good material that he could have been on that scale of like I would say different than even a Matt Rife because you have so much regular material that you throw away. Like you have probably a few hours of old shit that you don't.
I gotta go back and see what that is.
Yeah, you don't even care to do anymore.
Because I'm not interested in it.
Right, but if you do it now, it could probably be clips.
Yeah.
Because it won't be necessarily crowd work stuff. It'll be actual.
The problem is, here's the thing with that is I need to do a better job of doing those jokes when I'm getting sets at Flappers, Comedy and Magic, because I'm not going to do those when I'm running my hour on the road because I'm doing my fresh stuff. But all that old stuff that I don't do anymore that nobody saw and all that, I need to just pick a day, at Chocolate or something, do those, put those out. I don't give a shit. Put them out. But I definitely need to do that. That's what I'm going to actually start doing at Flappers.
You're about to say, at Flappers, you got all the time.
I got that bi-monthly. I'm at 45. I'm going to run them old ones.
So you're doing it 45. I think you're doing. I think you're gonna host it.
I am, but I'm gonna do the time up front. I'm not gonna do the full 45.
I'm gonna say, whoa.
No, I'm gonna do like time up front, bring the comics up, maybe a little time in between or whatever, but to get those out and then put the clips up, and then that'll be that.
Cool. How about you, Gary? What you got? What you been? Have you been going towards any of the goals?
You have two pairs of socks?
Man, I always wear 2 pairs of socks.
Really?
Wait, on one foot?
Like in regular life, not just sports?
Yeah, just in regular life.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
That's just who I am. I have thin ankles.
Nigga, you're walking. You're not. I understand when you hoop. We would double socks.
When I play sports, I'm always double socks.
My ankles are always on display. No, the thing is that the outer sock are newer than the inner sock.
The inner sock ain't shit.
So they're more. I mean, they're shit, but they have like the gray toe.
I see that.
Yeah, the gray heel, and so I'm trying to cover that up, and then also display.
But why don't you just not wear the
other sock?
Because the other sock, when you kind of pull them down, has the logo on them. So I try to cover up the logo too. But then without the first sock, the whole sock as a whole is not as thick, and it's supposed to have like a more winter feel to it.
You just go buy.
Nigga, you asked. You asked.
Gary.
Don't ask me.
So Gary, nigga.
Don't ask me shit.
So y'all ask why Gary's mind's complicated. Why he kind of thinks everything is a deep. Thought,
everything. Gary doesn't do anything simple. Nothing is simple.
I never thought about it until you asked the question. And I'm like, yeah. Oh, that is. That is.
They have winter socks. Like they have thick
ass
winter
socks.
I have some.
Hey, I don't have a Patreon. I don't have winter sock money. All right, I got.
But you got
I
two pair of sock money?
I got 2 pair of summer socks money.
Nah, that's
It'd be cheaper to go
Exactly.
get one pair of thermal socks.
No, I need a sock that can convert to a summer sock on a moment's notice. I'm
sweaty. Let me take the second sock off.
Yeah, and upon landing
Like
in
in
Miami.
Dumb and Dumber, you can have this other pair of gloves. My hands are getting sweaty anyways. He was pissed. I get it. I get the logic, I guess.
Definitely, that's definitely the Gary Michael
man,
Anderson logic.
Just let me live, you know. I'm just trying not to get burnt up, bro.
So you think it's gonna save you from the fires?
The socks.
Just in case it's gonna have to burn through another layer. Of
Well,
socks.
if you wear them all, you don't have to pack much.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
So,
Hey, I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna be Keenan Baker today. I'm a little under
I
the
can
weather.
hear it. You sound like an idiot.
So I'm gonna be
wiping your nose, but join us, nigga. No, don't
I
walk
bet-
away.
I bet
Don't
Devin-
walk away, nigga.
I have a pair of socks because my nose right now is
So
stuffy.
now, see, this is when you're not a seasoned nose wiper like myself, right?
Damn.
Now
Wow.
Gary's gonna have to get up every single time to go wipe his or blow his nose, and it's good because he doesn't have the skill set to do this.
He don't know how to keep it in his pockets on a moment's notice.
Yeah.
I don't know how to tilt my head in one direction, and that'll buy me another 10 minutes.
Bro, you know I used to do when I used to be in class. I used to like duck off and like put my head under my desk like this. I used to do all the time. I used to wear. That's why I used to wear a hoodie all the time. So I can have like a big hoodie over. I had so many techniques, bro. Like
That's
I had
crazy. That's
I
things I've never thought about.
Bro, I used to put my when I had like a jacket or a hoodie on, I would duck my head inside here, and then I would just dig it up under here privately, so nobody can they just think my head is in my sweater.
So you just wipe that much?
It was like if it's like bad.
They probably thought you had a coke habit or some shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like people didn't think that. I never got accused of like. I think a comedian tried to say it one time. I think he was just being funny, but I was just like, when I was in school, it was never like a coke habit thing at all. Nobody ever thought it. They would
he's too poor. He can't afford coke.
But they would see the glare in my nose.
Hilarious.
You got your phone on you?
My phone?
Yeah.
I remember
my
the
phone,
topic.
nigga. You see it.
I think we should call your doctor and make an appointment.
Oh, so somebody in the comment section said I should go to a ears, nose, and
Throat
doctor. I didn't know what that was, but said I should go there and get it checked out, and I that's something I probably think about doing. Because when I try to go to a regular doctor, he's just like, "Hey man, just
stay up." It's HMO, nigga. Stay up.
Hey, we all out here trying to live. Nigga. Stop whining, bro.
Just cover California, nigga. Hey, get you some tissue.
That's crazy. You probably have a whole community you don't know about.
Dude, when people were pulling up,
I was like,
I'm snotty. I was like, damn, I didn't know this many people were snotty.
The whole community.
But Jess said it was so she thought it was like so endearing and nerdy. Like the nerdy, the snotty with the glasses on, the kid.
oh, look at this. This is the community.
That's crazy. That's when you think about it. Like, you know how people nowadays always say like, "Oh, times are different," or there's no shame anymore, or whatever, right? But I'm like, nah. The only difference between now and back then, because there's nothing new under the sun. Everybody can just find their tribe now.
Right. Yeah.
You can just find your tribe. If you a freak, there's other freaks out there. If you are an athlete or if you are a comedian, you can find your tribe. So people be like, "Oh, people have no shame," or they'll say anything because they have backup now. They have and even if it's a small percent, let's say you have 100 people in a room, and 10 of them be like, "I eat ass on Thursdays," and other people like, "I got another
Tuesdays
9 with
for me."
Yeah, and then that's all you need. Even if one person agrees, if 1% agrees with you, you're like, I'm good.
You know what sucks? that's why there's pedophiles, because
it's true.
It's because they have a community of niggas.
Yeah, that's like I'm just like you.
There's a community
on
of
the dark
pedophiles?
web and shit.
Bro,
Yeah, man,
bro,
fucking
let me tell you
sickos.
something. I think it was an episode of like Law and Order or CSI, whatever one of them shows, right?
Yeah, they be in them dark ass.
Yeah, and it was like they were like in this underground, and I guess like a cop would like went undercover to be in there too. It was like literally like it's a bunch of dudes, but they were trying to they were feeling sorry for each other. Just like I want to stop. I don't know why I'm like this. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm laughing at that.
Damn.
But it was just like they were legit like.
You know what? I commend that though.
Right.
Of you being like this, I can't be like this.
Clearly, like he's like, I have a problem.
Yeah.
I don't want to be this way.
I commend that. Don't do it. Like I've watched enough SVU where people be like,
Yeah.
I've always had the urges, but I never acted on it.
Right.
And I'm like, you're a sick fuck, but at least you didn't carry out the sick fuckness.
Yeah,
you know what I
was
mean?
able to have some type of discipline.
But the people who just be like, yeah, T-ball games. I'm like, nah, nigga. What's wrong with you, bro?
Pulling them to a T-ball game
With no kid
children,
is wild.
What are you here for?
Wild. With sports equipment, you put money on this? A van with no windows?
Bro.
That's time, man, bro.
Whatever he's in sports betting. He's like, I'm not a pedophile, I'm in sports betting. Nigga.
On kids' base? What if that's a whole thing?
What is this, an underground kid sports betting thing? And it's like, it's not pedophilia.
Ran by dads. For sure ran by dads. Just vicariously living through their kids.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
That's
I'm telling you,
crazy, man.
Mark over there be knocking them shit out the park.
Yeah, but I think now they're just a try for everything. That's why nobody has shame anymore, because you can find somebody else to even like when you see somebody say some dumb shit, like some dumb, it's gonna be a few other people, and all they need is one.
Yeah.
That person agrees with me, then I ain't crazy.
Well, I think too is that when we're older, I think there's some less fucks given, but then you like you said, you heard somebody else be this way. Even if you don't fully find a tribe, there's other people out there for sure. Yep. So there's like this less fear of being quote unquote weird, especially once like the quote unquote nerds, they found out that like, I know, because it's funny, because even though I'm kind of like in the nerd community somewhat, it's like a lot of them are mad about a lot of shit. Like it's not fair that everybody likes this type of stuff now. We had to deal with this.
Yeah, because y'all wasn't here, because it just got cool. What, 10 years ago?
I would say this: it's been fairly, because like I said, we used to go to comic book conventions. We used to go to comic book card conventions, all that type of stuff. It was always cool to a point. I think that if your personality was a certain way, like I said, I didn't get picked on because of my personality. Yeah. My personality was funny. We're gonna roast nigga, I'm gonna roast you back. So it's like, and then I got girls.
But even those conventions and stuff, by the masses, just got accepted. It used to be like, oh, you losers are going to that shit. Now it's like, oh, Comic-Con, okay, everybody goes.
Yeah, it was.
You know what I mean? It didn't used to be like that.
It was definitely one. It was harder. It was more exclusive.
Yeah.
Back then, because even I wasn't going into them back then. I got heard of them, but I didn't. I feel like I was like, I didn't even know how to get.
It was like, you took a shower today. You can't get in, buddy.
They hate that shit. This is like, man, the whole stereotype of being musty or whatever. But it's like, I love the fact that the nerd and the blur community, which is like the black kind of like nerd community, is like. Because even with the white people, when we started saying blur, it's like, why do you gotta make everything black? It was just because like y'all niggas were also nerdy but racist. Like, like at the end of the day, you were exiled for being nerds, but then y'all were also fucking racist.
Yeah.
So when the black kids were being exiled or whatever the case may be, y'all were exiling them too for being black. So
that's what's funny is like no matter what subgroup you're talking about, there's still racism within those subgroups. So like when people be like, "Oh, I'm gay," but nigga, you still racist though. Like you still.
Nigga, we'll talk about that, bro. There's a lot of gay fucking racist people.
Every subgroup, there's still another subgroup. So it's just like,
hey, I'm sorry to circle back around, nigga, but it's just racist pedophiles.
Oh,
man,
that's funny.
Actually, that's a blessing. Because you be like, our kids are safe.
I don't
like those blackies. Hey.
What if they sit there, you're like, are you meant for the blackie? Oh, we can't mess with Tommy anymore. You fucking touch the black ones. Bro,
like, oh man.
I'm sorry. My brain is as dark as fuck, man. I'm sorry.
It's not that dark. That seems like a logical.
Okay, that's fair. See, I
progression.
found my tribe.
Yeah.
Somebody would think it's dark. Y'all don't even know where we're going today.
I don't know. I was just, that was a tribe. I just wanted to bring up the tribe. That was something I thought about today.
Yeah.
Tribes, and I was just like, because something happened. Oh, it was derived from what you said in the chat the other day. How, like, if I was like, there's no way, I don't believe women are freaks like they say they are online. And then how you were saying, no, I think the small percentage just gravitates to freak content. And I was like, because they found their tribe. So that's where my brain was going.
Yeah, and then also if you're a freak like that, like you'll speak up about it.
Yeah.
You're like, I want. Yeah. Oh no, this is me. You know?
And I would say when they're fully about that lifestyle, that's their lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's not even really hidden. It's like, no, we're out about this, and they're open about like their.
But
sexuality.
how many do you think is authentic, man? Because every time we post. Anybody, and when I say we, I mean people. Anytime there's some sexual shit, you always have women in the comments going hard. And I'm like, the math ain't mathing. If all these women are supposed to be freaks and I like to watch my man do that, but every here's the thing: the amount of women who say they about that life versus the amount of dudes that be like, I'm unhappy. It ain't matching.
Well, that's the thing. I would say with those women, I don't, and I know it's like believe all women. I don't. So it's like I would say this. I have to talk to the niggas that you used to mess with or that you're currently with now.
Exactly.
For me to believe what you're saying, because a lot of times people in general say whatever on the internet just to say whatever on the internet.
Right.
But women specifically, they always play up way more with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And when it comes to this sexual thing, it's like everyone, they listen to the sexual music and all type of stuff like that, and be like, oh yeah, we're part of this lifestyle. It's like, does your freak actually match a man's freak?
Right.
And I feel like in the majority of cases, you're not going to out-freak a man. And when a man does get out-freaked, he's normally blown away. Like, this girl is wild.
Yeah, and that's when he starts flying, buying plane tickets and shit.
Right. It's like, I mean, we did this podcast. We used to, me and Blake used to do this podcast called What's the Hook back in the day. We had this girl on, her name is Naughty, I forgot her name. It's Naughty something. I forgot Naughty Dreams, I think it's called. And she came on the podcast and she was explaining everything, and I was like, she has everything. She brought all her toys. She's like, I got sex swing, I got everything at the crib. Like, I'm about this life.
Yeah.
And even and then when I went to her page is everything about that.
Yeah.
So I was like, she's about this life.
Right.
Like, she's really about this. You even follow her on Twitter now. Everything's about that. It's lingerie. She'll walk around with maybe with an ass plug in the whole day when she's even outside in public. It's like that to me.
That's another
Just
level. Is that
That's a lot.
Is that what they need to show in order to prove like, I'm freaky too?
I don't think it's showing. I think it's just like, I don't think you
yeah.
even see her with it on. I think it's like, she's probably wearing regular clothes and it's an ass.
Can she
plug
just
in
be a
there.
regular freak though? Like, is there room for that?
What's
I'm just
a
a regular.
regular freak?
I don't know what's a freak to you for a woman.
I feel like freak is what separates you from regular, mundane.
Yeah, there's
sex.
regular freak, but then there's also just like hyper kink shit as well.
Yeah.
There's
That's
like a whole
true. Yeah,
nother
that's true.
a whole nother
Right.
category. And I'm sure that they wouldn't want to be lumped into just like regular freaks. You do anal sometimes.
plug.
You do anal
okay.
sometimes.
Well,
okay.
have you ever put a firework
That's
up there and lit it?
Real
Yeah.
cute.
Right.
And blast off.
After leaving the hospital?
Yeah.
What I did last night. Landed
So
me in here.
You're right, Gary. It could be in a sense where it's just like there's that kinky, freaky, and
Yeah.
then there's just
Yeah.
a girl that's just like, yo, I'll take it in the face every once in a
Yeah.
while.
But I
It's
just
like,
Is that free?
but even with that,
that's sort of freakier side. That's
Yeah.
that's
I
more than
think it's
regular.
past normal.
It's past normal for
The
sure.
problem is, once you get to a certain level, it's like, all right, it's Tuesday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you don't think of anything. Where you got some people, I never did that. The amount of people who have never and then insert thing is like a lot.
I think once you say, I think you start getting to the step above regular when we get into like, I guess maybe regular freak, but besides just regular sex, is anal and facials. Because there's so many women out there that it's like, I don't even touch. I don't even want my asshole touched. It's like, all right, cool. That to me was
All right, cool.
but it's like for me, I'd be like for me, I don't check that off. Like I said,
She's gone.
I don't care about this. Like I don't really
even-
care about anal. Like it was always on the
But
girl.
I'll do it. But I don't care.
Exactly. If she's
Yeah.
like, I like this. If she's like, I'm into it. I'm like, well, let's do it then. If
I
she's
think
like,
that's
I'm
how I
not into it, I'm like,
judge
whatever.
freaky.
Okay.
Like
That's what I'm
you're
asking.
willing to do.
Okay.
Okay.
That's how I judge. Because maybe you haven't done it, but they be like, "But
I'll
let's
try it."
go."
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, and then you got the people who've done it already and found out what they liked.
Yeah.
So some people just explored earlier,
Yeah,
and then they're like, "No, I like this. I want to do this." You
Right.
know
So
I
what
mean?
does freak mean to you then? Just being open to
I
all
think
the
just
things?
you don't say no
Whatever. Okay.
very often.
What about to you?
Your percentages of no's is like
Okay.
minuscule.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very similar. When I think my brain opens up with freak once a girl's saying she's willing to take it in the face. So when she's like, yo, this dog like bust in my face, like I'm like, she's a freak.
What makes me laugh?
What, nigga?
It's like whenever we get to talk about sex,
It's always
It
dog
gets
me
so-
out.
It's always
Dog
aggressive.
me out.
Whenever you bend a bitch over, you tell
Bust all over me. It's a lot.
No, I'm
It's
saying
a lot.
when you have a girl,
It's a lot.
When you smashing a chick and she says,
It's a lot.
When she says, bust up my fucking face. When she says that herself,
But here's the thing.
that shit, you like,
He's
nigga,
not
what?
wrong. It's not even just I'm willing to try. When your enthusiasm about it,
That's what I was gonna
that's a
say.
freak.
Yeah.
That's what I was
when
gonna say.
your
Yeah.
enthusiasm
Being assertive
is
about
the
and,
about the
hey,
nastiness.
this is what I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is what I do, or like mid when they lose their mind mid. Like I sent Keenan a meme the other day. It said women be like, go gentle 10 minutes in, hit me in the head with a brick, nigga. Like, when they start wilding, you're like, oh, this is what you with the shits.
Yeah.
Versus, okay, if you want to try, I'll do it. That's great.
Yeah.
But there's levels to to it. So, but let the internet tell it. It seemed like all of them be like, I'm with it. And it's
We're
like,
also not getting into the specifics on the internet, though.
It's funny.
you're not with it.
And then, here's the thing. I think some women, those same women, what they'll say is, this will be their excuse. Because like you said, there's too
With
many
the guy I love.
Oh, yeah, under the right circumstances.
It's the right circumstances. He has to make me feel comfortable.
I've seen this side of me before.
Right.
But
when we talk about freaks, they'll
do it in a trash
daily.
can, nigga.
Daily.
Like, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
There's no nigga that it's like that's who they are. That's their personality. It's just like nigga, I'm just nasty.
And even if it is, I'm disgusting with my person. Right. They don't need a circumstance. They don't need to be flown out. They don't need well, it's our anniversary. Let me do it now. They just like, it's Wednesday at 3. I don't give a shit.
I'm feeling it, yeah.
Like,
maybe the verbiage is a part of the stigma and why, women are less willing to go to take those, like calling it like disgusting and like just fucking bust on, like, you know what I mean? Just like the aggressive word.
Throws them back?
Yeah, throws them back.
No,
like,
because the lyrics they listen to and shit is
I can't go with
ridiculous.
that. Y'all listen to Sexy Red.
Yeah, all
stuff
that
like
shit is ridiculous.
Nah, I don't even.
Really?
And they
Who's listening?
it's just city girls out.
Yeah, booty
and
hole brown, pussy pink.
Right,
like,
they be into it, man.
Yeah,
They be
eating
into
nigga
it.
ass, nah,
But then when it come down
maybe
to
it's a new era.
Huh?
Maybe it's a new era with that music and that lifestyle.
I don't know what I always go back to what you say. They don't know.
They don't
just
know.
don't. They just don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
and a lot of stuff goes back to what that particular point. They don't know what they really want. I think that but I'll stick to the point of like, I think it's a very small pool.
I think
of
it's a
women,
small percentage.
and it's like very.
Who know what they want?
No, who just with the shit.
I was gonna say, okay. Who know what they want?
I think it's very small. And then what kills me, not kills me, what's weird is when you talk to people, whether male or female, why does it seem like those two who are out here never get together?
Yeah.
There's always one person that's like, okay, and then one person's like, I will do anything.
Yeah.
And it seems like no matter who I know on the lesbian, like they no two just I'll do anything people ever match up. And if they do, it's brief. And then it's over.
It's a small percentage in that realm too, and I think also too,
it's charged.
It's usually
is that not sustainable?
No, it's not sustainable.
I would say maybe not. The connection, because the connection is probably only that. There's no other connection there. So it's like, damn, like the sex is amazing with you, but like, yo, I don't like being around you.
But why can't those two things?
They
like,
can.
Well, the thing is,
like, we have amazing sex and you hella funny and we be eating. Like, how come?
I think when the sex is that good,
it just takes up so much.
Takes up so much space.
Yeah,
it's like you kind of funny,
especially if you both are on that all the time.
Yeah,
like, you don't have time
kind
for
of
anything
funny,
else.
but the way you throw it back, like you cannot stop thinking about it.
That's
like
fair.
so you can't even really see her.
That's fair.
You can't even really see like the other qualities that she's bringing.
Yeah. That's fair.
I was like, but I also play the clarinet. She's like, yeah, but the way you
clarinet this pussy.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But I would say too, when we even talk about, I think guys and girls' freak levels are also different. Most guys are on some nasty, willing to do some freaky shit. I think girls might be like, I'm a freak, and then you ask them what they're into, and they're like, well, having sex.
I like
in the
being
car.
on top. It's like, nigga,
for real.
So that's freaky to you? Because you tried? Because you had a little cardio? That's freaky to you?
But that's the thing. I think that's what it is. It's like, yo, maybe a certain position, like, yo, they do reverse cowgirls. It's like, that's a freaky position. It's just like, I mean, it's a sexy position.
Nice visually. Yeah, it's
but
great.
it's like, nah, it's like, I wouldn't consider that freaky. It's like, when like I said before, it's like when a girl's enthusiastic, if you smash a chick, she's like, put your thumb on my ass. You're like, okay.
Yeah.
Taking control. I think taking control is a big thing. If she like takes control and leads you
when your
into some
energy
shit,
is matched in the bedroom, that takes it to a whole different.
Exactly.
It ain't even got to be really freaky.
Right.
When your energy's matched, though, it's like, okay, so we here, like you into this.
Yeah.
So that definitely matters.
I would say, like, there's not a whole bunch of people that I think guys and like that's matched sexually, like they're like sexually compatible with. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I think that's where it gets a little bit tough. Is like the sexual compatibility of people, because you know how sometimes it's like you might meet a chick and y'all smash off the rip. You just like, damn, it felt like we've been fucking for years. The first night, and then there's some people like it gets good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, we starting to connect now. We get into a groove of this shit.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I think that's kind of like a part of it too. Just like there's some people you meet, and you just like out the gate, y'all not judging each other. She's not thinking about her body looking weird. You're not being like, all right, cool. I wonder if she if I do slide my thumb in there real quick, is she gonna back up? It's just like everything is tried. Everything's like, yeah. It's like everything's a go. You're like, all right, we matched here.
Yeah, I might have to agree with Gary. I think when it's two people, that's all you do, and then it's like there's nothing else.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah,
it's too much. It shouldn't be. That shouldn't be the foundation.
No,
if you're trying to build something with someone.
Would you say this, that those people that do stay in relationships, they end up usually being open?
Yeah, they do some sort of alternative,
or they get out. And they can't. And the only woman I've ever seen that, and I watched her unsung, was what's her name? I will be a freak. Adina Howard.
Yeah,
her dude he couldn't hang, broke up with her, got back together, and they broke up. He was like, it's just too much. She's the only woman I've seen with my own eyes that where a dude was like, I can't.
Yeah.
She never stops.
Yeah.
She never, and I was like, damn.
It's like, damn, she got to repair the relationship with her father. Like, I'm sorry, I got to get Pops involved.
It was just too.
We got to call Pops.
So her song, she meant that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we talked about this way before, but like, I remember I thought I was a nympho for a minute, and I got to tell I was like, I'm just a guy, but I thought I was a nympho.
I'm just a guy who plays the clarinet.
But I thought I was a nympho because I was like, man, I just love sex. You know how I talk about it, whatever the case may be. And then I ran into a nympho. I was living with Keon at the time, and I remember, yeah,
old screams.
Yeah, old screams. So it was like when I ran into that particular girl, and I was just like, oh, I'm not built for this. Like she is the real fucking deal. And I was just like, and I don't even know if she was a full on nympho, but if she wasn't, she was fucking close to it, and I couldn't hang.
Did it make you insecure?
Well, yeah, because
it's like, damn, you more?
Because usually as a guy, you go like, especially when you're
like, I wore her ass out.
Exactly, that's the energy. It's like I wore her ass out. You both go to sleep.
She deflated her legs. Yeah, her legs gone.
But here's the thing: she's like, you could tell that there was satisfactory during the sex, but then afterwards, I felt like she still just like,
she had more juice.
Yeah.
It's like, you're not tired yet. She's just like, I can keep going all
damn.
Fucking night. I'm just like, I can't. There's nothing there anymore.
It's almost emasculating. Because they're just like, damn, maybe I got to do we got to get like a real man in here now? Like, am I not a real man? You know what I mean?
I think she sees this clarinet in the corner.
Yeah,
I know it.
Sissy.
That's fucked up, see?
There was some drums over here.
To get out freaked.
I think now, I understand it now. Like, Lethal Shooter, I understand it now. Yeah. But like, I think back then, I just didn't understand. Like,
see, women be trying to be freaks, but dudes can't hang.
I think this is what happens too. Sure. I think everybody is super horny up front, and then once you settle in, and 9 times out of 10, just based on even what women said of their own mouth, when they settle in, they don't be feeling it like that. They just
that's the difference. Ours doesn't necessarily go away as quickly.
Yeah, when we settle in, we actually want more.
We want more.
I don't.
You think it's an age thing, or
I think it's an age thing. And just like efficiency thing. Like, we're trying to both efficiently have an orgasm and then go to sleep. You know what I mean?
Well, I didn't say it'll take all day.
Yeah.
Well, just like, I mean, if you're gonna be a freak, those type of activities take a little longer than like a quick
But even
3
being a
minutes.
freak, it ain't got to be an everyday thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Right.
I would want that type of situation like once a month. It's this grand display. It's this big production.
That, but I understand, but not daily.
Yeah, not daily. But there's some women who want it daily, and those are the women who are commenting.
Some days.
So now you're like, so now it's
some
too
days,
much.
Like
freak.
you said, it's just like we're just trying to get a nut. We got shit to do.
Yeah.
But nigga, if we're
I said orgasm.
Yeah.
I didn't say get a nut.
I said get a nut. Yeah.
Oh, see, now it's cool with Keon saying, when I say I'm this fucking weirdo freak nigga. This
Keon would be like, I want
I
a bitch to explode.
Yeah.
All over.
I want to
break her down, nigga.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I like the productions. Well, monthly maybe twice a month productions.
Yeah. I think also freaking,
Just for a change of pace.
Freak. Yeah. It's the surprise element of it. I think it's hard to surprise your partner after you've been together for so long, but like those little surprises, I think are like even out of like just the sexual realm, like to hear some shit like Jess said something to me I've never heard before. It was like in a, I was in the wrong in that moment. I didn't even realize it, but I was like intrigued that like fuck that I've never even heard. No one's ever said that to me before. Like we were out at Bakersfield and went to this. We were trying to find something to eat because we had the kids with us, and we went to this.
I don't know you got the whole family.
Yeah, we
You
went to
came
this.
by the house.
Oh yeah.
We was at the house. Matter of fact, my auntie barbecue. You should.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. We was trying to find something to eat, and we went to this like pizza restaurant, But when we got there, it kind of looked like a little more upscale, but also it was like all the high school winter formals. So it was like a lot of high school kids there, like in their winter formals. And she's a little more passive, so she had like this like hesitation, and I was like, it's good, and she kind of maintained it. Was kind of like reluctant, and you can kind of see her like her energy shift. Like she didn't want to go there because she didn't want to inconvenience like this nice restaurant with like our badass kids. You know what I mean? So I was just like, dude, it's fine, And then the host came up and I was like, is this place fancy? And she was like, oh no, it's just like it's chill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Basically validating what I was saying.
Yeah.
And then as we went to sit down, she was like, you didn't have to embarrass me like that. I was like, whoa, I didn't know I embarrassed you.
Did you look at her when you said it?
I just said it just to get like clarification, like we can be in here. But she said you don't have to embarrass me like that. I was like, no one's ever said that. I've never heard that.
Why
before.
was
just because it like I guess
did she think the waitress knew that she
maybe
didn't?
I guess I mean maybe my tone, maybe the way I asked, but maybe it
like
came off
we
like,
be like, see, did you do that?
Yeah, like come on, I don't
Oh,
know.
if you
maybe,
did that,
maybe,
then yeah.
maybe.
That's
like,
fair.
see, it's fine.
That'd be valid on that point. If you kind of if you brought it back to her, like, nigga, I tried to tell you.
Yeah. Nah, I'm very.
But I needed a third party.
I'm
I needed
very guilty
someone,
of that.
I needed someone to verify, like, no, this is fine, so we can eat here rather than we eat here and she just like uncomfortable the whole time and trying to shush the kids and shit like the whole time. I needed somebody else to kind of.
I think having a, even though sometimes you really are just looking for a third party, it's very hard to not come off as an I told you so.
Yeah.
Or like it's very hard to, but you just want, like, I know what I'm talking about. Like, if you just listen to me, but it's like, it comes off as like, see? And I think that's just a natural thing that people do, especially probably guys. You grow up roasting with your brother, talking shit all the time.
Told your ass.
Yeah. Like,
I guess
sometimes we make faces. Because I know that's
and they're reading all of that.
It's a big problem for me. Like a very big. But it's because I'm looking for the third party because you're not listening.
Yeah. But I felt hella bad. I was like, I embarrassed you. Like in my head, I was like, damn. Like I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to embarrass you.
What if he was like, you think I embarrassed her?
Double down.
She's like, no, I thought it was fine.
I thought it was fine too.
Jess just gets up and leaves.
I've had it happen before too, but it was like in front of like we were in front of some friends. I think I might have asked a question, and then I kind of was like it was kind of putting her on the spot, and I would say Janelle took it like a champ. She's just like, she played, she laughed with it. We got in the car. She was just like, yo, you embarrassed me. Like that was embarrassing. You did that to me, and like I didn't appreciate that. And at the end, for us,
did you apologize like on the spot, or did you try to process like what exactly she was embarrassed about?
Because sometimes for me, like I just like I don't always just go like I don't always just say I'm sorry because you want me to say I'm sorry. I was just like, okay, I needed. What do you mean? What did I do? Because I felt like we've done this before jokingly with each other and it wasn't an issue. She was just like, no, it was like this. It was a tone, and I felt like you were trying to throw me under the bus about something that wasn't even any of like maybe even any of their business or whatever the case may be. And I was like, I didn't realize that was even, and it was something that wasn't even important. It was something that was very small. I was like, I just thought it was something small. She was just like, it is, but she's like, I just don't care for them to know that. Like,
oh wow, yeah.
And so that was kind of embarrassing. So I was just like,
why did you bring it up in front of the committee?
Because the conversation got brought up. Like the conversation about that particular thing had happened, but they didn't know that we had went through that.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And so I was like, oh yeah, because we know.
Yeah.
And then it was kind of just like, all right. So and I apologized to her. She's like, I'm not. She's like, I'm not that I'm over it right now. She's like, kind of like I'll get over it. I'm not like it's not something I'm gonna hold against you. But
we still fucking tonight, but
yeah.
But it was just like just be aware, of that more. Or even if you kind of see like my body language kind of shift a little bit.
Oh.
back it off maybe or something.
Okay.
I've gotten a little better at that. I've taken
and you've learned from that, and then now
this happened before we were even married. So
Yeah.
this is like when we probably just had got together.
so it's gotten worse.
No, it doesn't really happen at all now. Like she'll, I'm pretty good at kind of like I won't even say anything anymore for real, like about something.
I think
like,
Keenan's very good at, because he'll make eye contact with me and be like, so I know he's holding it. Like I know he's holding it because he'll walk through the door or like look at me across the couch or they'll be like, and I'm like, I know he wants to say something.
And Keon be cracking up. Keon
be dying because I get it and I need to get more like that. Because I just be like, because I just, when you're dealing with a wife and 2 kids, and most of the time you know what you're talking about versus them, and you're just like, and they're you're like, bruh, I'm telling you this, like why, or just like, obviously, like I said, you grow up with brothers, teammates, and everything. When you do something stupid, you get roasted for it. Like that's what happens. You know what I mean? And it's just like I'm still working on that shit. It's like when I see her do. It's just like, and I kind of like what I've gotten better at is if somebody else catches it, like whether my aunties or friends or whatever, and they start roasting her, I just be like,
oh no,
no, but I don't be like, see, exactly, like that's what I did. I just be like,
they just do the work for you
because I think when other people do it, she don't really care.
Okay,
when I do it, it's so I just be like,
right.
In my head, I'm like, nigga, now you see what the fuck I'm going through. You know what I mean? Like, but I try not to pile on because. I mean, she's told me this before, and she was like, "Your opinion matters."
Yeah,
your opinion of
so
like
Black Lives.
Like if she's doing a project, if I got a short window to be like, "Oh, I love it" or whatever. She's like, "Oh God," and I'm like, well, "It's fine." And she's like, "No, your opinion matters to me. So how you act in any situation,
she needs your approval.
I'm thinking of what you think, like what, and I'm like, all right, that's fair because I do the same, So I'm conscious of that shit, trying to be better at that and like not, but it's just so hard not to be like,
it's so hard for
nigga
to not hold my tongue,
especially if somebody validates how you feel.
Right. You know what's funny, Keon, when that has happened, because that happened to her and I, like, because her and my brother, if we want to play the whole sign game, her and my brother's birthday's a day apart. Yeah. So there's been times where like, me and my brother we're close too, and I'll do something. And then she'll look at him and be like, yeah, nigga, like he understands. Yeah. And for me, I don't take it necessarily that serious. But there's times where like that's happened on her end, and like my brother might do something or say something, and then I kind of put my arm around her and be like, it's crazy, man.
It's crazy. That's wild.
It's a beautiful woman right here. I love you though. And then she'll be like, and then and then now she'll be able to joke about it. She'll laugh about it. And I'm like, I always tell her, I don't say any of these things to put you down, to make you feel bad, or to embarrass you. My thing is always look out for our and your best interest. Right. Like my thing is always protection. So it's like when I'm saying something or doing something, it's not to make you feel like shit. And maybe I can do a better job delivering it at times. Yeah. But it's like, it's always to help you. It's never to make you feel bad. Yeah. So try to remember that when I'm saying this thing, try to remember he's looking out for me. I'm not doing it or saying this. The intention is always to look out for you and to not embarrass you. Actually,
my thing is, I think what Gary said earlier, it's just that third party validation, like just because you're not listening, and I know I'm not crazy, right? Yeah. Or I know when I say you do these habits or whatever, you act like you don't, and I'm like, so when you do it in front of other people, I'm like, this is I deal with you every day. They just seen it one time, you know what I'm saying? And so I just be like, it's so hard for me not to be like, I knew I wasn't fucking crazy.
Yeah. You know what's the best thing to do is when it's happening and you're just in the distance watching it happen. When you're sitting there eating something like, and you just far enough away to watch it happen while they're saying it or confronting her about it, you just like,
yeah. I'd be like, nigga, I know.
It's like, I'm not crazy.
I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy.
Because even when it happens to me, I'm very aware when it's happening. And she said like she'll cut because Janelle, she can't hide her face, so she'll be like, the black woman, the side head, and it's just like I'll be like, what happened was, Corey, to my brother, like, this is what happened.
This is the story.
Let me explain. Because he's not doing it to bring something up to put friction there. So he'll say something that's like probably from our past. Right. And she'll be like, interesting. And then, you know, but all right, so this is why. And he'd be like, oh, my bad, did I? And I'm like, no, this is what happened. And then boom, and we can have that moment and laugh at it. But I'm also, maybe because we're also comedians, when it happens my way, I'm always down to laugh at myself. I don't have a lot of like, it's kind of hard to make me feel a way for real. Yeah. Now she can probably, her and my brother could probably do it the most, but yeah, you know, for the most part, I'm straight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I will say one thing. I've gotten better. I'm still work in progress, but what she's gotten better at is just shooting back and also laughing.
Yeah.
So like, I'll be like, I left the key. She'd be like, fucking idiot, and I'll just die laughing because I was like, well, at least you know.
Yeah.
Open it. Put the ones you like in the air fryer. The chicken ones you like, I'll cut them up, but put them in the air fryer for like 10 minutes. All right.
You know what? I want to apologize to you, Keon.
What?
There was a point in time when I was just like, man, Keelan and Kendrick look like you. And you're like, he doesn't look like me. He looks like Cotty, nigga. And I was just like, no, he doesn't. And right, at least I would say that he looked like you when he was a little bit younger. I feel like now he's definitely looking way more like Cotty. Right now.
Yeah.
Way more like Cotty.
They're starting to look like them, man.
Yeah, it's interesting.
They're grown kids. They were motioning to me, we're hungry. And I'm like, well, go make your food. They was like, yo. I could see it through the window. They was like, and I was like, so that's why I told them to come back. Go make your shit. Yeah. Go make what you got to make.
So this is probably the great age where it's just like, I'm sure like you're happy now. It's like, cool. They can at least
he can get started. Like I got to go in there and finish. Yeah. But he can get stuff started because air fryers are so easy to use and he knows how to use them.
Yeah.
And so he now we're at a point where I don't get up in the mornings to like get them ready for. They make their own breakfast.
Nice. I can't wait.
Cotty, and I didn't realize this until I saw it in real time. You know, she woke up one morning. He was on the couch. She was like, "Oh, you want me to make you breakfast?" He was like, "Nah, I ate." And she had like a little like, "Oh, that's not my baby anymore." Yeah. And so it made me realize,
you're like, "Yeah, it's not you, fucking idiot." You see, they're getting bigger. You see them getting bigger.
It made me
his voice
realize.
Is deeper. Yes,
the fuck are you thinking?
He's musty now. What are you talking about?
Keenan, tell her. Tell her the fucking kids are getting bigger. She's like, "Oh my god, my baby's."
What it did is it made me realize why mothers are the way they are. For sure. And it made me allow her to be soft, nurturing, because you're trying to hold on to your babies as long as possible. Yeah. Where I'm like, I'm preparing them for life. They're gonna grow up. So I'm like, I'm in a space now where whenever she comes behind me and it's okay, I let her rock. I used to be like, don't do that shit, don't baby them, whatever. Yeah. But now I'm like, oh, she's just trying to hold on. Because it's fast.
But it is complicated because there has to be some balance. Consistency between the two, and you have the peers.
But when I saw her face and she was like, she was like, I don't. And I was just like, oh shit, that's why you guys do that. Yeah. And when I made a post about it, I saw all the moms was like, yeah. And I was like, I never knew. I always thought moms were just soft. And I was just like, oh no, they're holding on because it goes fast.
But what did the freaks say?
The freaks is like, I swallowed them kids.
What kids? You know how many kids I swallow
them. I got no babies in my throat, boy. So I get it. So like, yeah, just even that moment. But I'm like, as a dad, I got to do what I got to do for moments like these. Hey, bro, go handle your stuff. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I understand her wanting to do stuff for them and, so I get it. So I let her rock.
I wish we lived like in a place where we just podcast and we're in a rural area. And he's like, Dad, I'm hungry. Like, nigga, go kill one of them chickens.
Which in the South, they would. Yeah. Like, man,
I'm sure them kids are shooting guns at like 6, 7 years old. And you know how to shoot guns probably better than a lot of adults out, especially in California. So it's like, you know what's funny? I wonder how I'm going to feel when at that time comes. Because I still feel a way where it's just like, all right, what's the real psyche behind that? Is it because of like, all right, that's my baby, or is it because it's this weird? I don't want to say weird, but it's this thing where moms are like, yo, I'm always a mother, and I can't. Because I remember my mom told me this one time. When she had moved to North Carolina when we were like 12 or something years old, whatever it was, she was just like, when I see y'all, I don't see adults.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even when I dream about you, I don't dream about adults. Like I always see y'all at a certain age.
Yeah.
And so even when y'all talk to me when we get older, when y'all start to speak like grown men, she's like, I even feel a certain way at times because it's just like
Those are my babies.
those my baby, but then too, but it's like also since she kind of like she left, I was like maybe that's also psychological because you left at a certain age.
You missed some stuff.
So you missed some things. So you didn't see us become teenagers either. And start to grow and hit puberty. You hear her over the phone.
It's not just her though. Even though that makes complete sense. She started where she left off.
Yeah.
It's I see dads do it too. You know, when your son turns 8.
This nigga just wipe your nose, man.
No, it's better to blow it though. Get it out.
Now you gotta get up and interrupt.
It's like the 90s sitcoms and you see somebody crying on the side and they blow it all hard.
Yeah, man. Just like
no, I think parents do because like I'm always cleaning out stuff, my phones, laptops, whatever. Yeah. And as I'm cleaning, because we got these things store all our videos we put on Instagram, shit. And it takes up room. Yeah. So I'm always cleaning out shit, but it caused me to go back and I'd be like, oh man, look, they were. And I'm re-laughing at videos when they was 2 and 3, and I'm just like, yo, it's crazy. Like, it happens so fast. And even as a dad, you'd be like, man, my babies, but you also see them for who they are now. Like, he just pulled me aside for the first time to have, like, a girl talk. Yeah. And he didn't want Cotty involved. Right. Which, for me, I'm like.
Man, shit.
Oh, shit, this is what it's all about. Yeah. Like, this is what we build in here. Yeah. Like, I was so excited, but I had to, like, maintain my excitement internally just to talk to him like straight up. Yeah. But internally I was like, oh shit, like he wants to, and we had a whole conversation about, nerves and stuff like just normal shit.
Was there any anxiety on your end that you might tell him the wrong thing or he might take something and go about it wrong?
Nah, because I'm very, I don't talk to him like they're not grown. They figuring it out. Yeah. So I'm not going to be like, man, these bitches, I would never do that. Yeah. So he just came to me about nerves and stuff like that. And, I told him the truth. I said, man, you're going to be nervous for the rest of your life. Dudes be nervous, women nervous. They just as nervous as you are. Like, don't worry about it. So we had just a whole, but it was just dope for me for like, and I saw the relief. Yeah. Like after we talked.
So he was nervous to approach you.
Nah, he kept saying stuff, and Cotty was like, he clearly wants to talk about something because we watching, the 90s sitcoms, and every time there's a kissing scene or Valentine's Day, he making comment, or that's dumb, or I don't, and I'm like, so Cotty's like, he wants to talk about something. So she asking him, but he's like, nah, never mind. So I said, I caught him, and I said, would you like to just talk to me about it? He's like, yeah. I said, oh, all right. So
he was like,
I was like, so I will come to the table. And
come to the table.
So we at the table. Cotty comes sit down. He shut back down. And where we at on time?
I don't know. I'm just checking.
What'd I say?
The lighting.
Like 50 something.
50 something. Okay, we'll wrap it up soon. Okay. So she comes sit down. He like shut back down again. I said, so I made a joke. I'm like, get out of here. This is guys only. Yeah. So she leave, and then he get to whisper. So I just, I feel like I was like, oh, okay, well, So she looking over. I was like, move. She want to be involved.
What
did
he feel? What was the?
He's just regular. I get nervous.
It's like I gotta talking to girls.
Because he made a little comment. He's like, man, I gotta start dressing fly, and I'm like.
He said fly?
Because we watching in the show. They said it.
Okay.
He's like, I gotta start, and I'm like. Where's this coming from?
Dress fly?
Who is this for? Yeah, so I asked him, who's this for? He's like, no, I just, I was like, are you worried about the opinion of
others?
Girls? And he's like, I just, they make me nervous. And I said, oh, okay. He said, but I got this other girl in my class. She don't make me nervous. That's just my friend. I said, what you know?
Like, she's ugly.
That's just
Come on, man.
What? It's nigga said probably. Yeah, dude, beauty is staggering. Like straight up, just like
he said, he's only nervous around certain ones. Yeah. And I said, well, just treat them all like your friend. I said, first of all, I told him the truth. I said, Keelan, and this is just real life. You're good looking, you're athletic, you're funny, you're like you'll be fine. You won't even have to. I said, you know what?
And he's like, what does that mean? I
was like, if your nerves are, approaching them or whatever, I said, honestly, most of you'll get approached. You'll be fine. Like, and then you'll develop. A comfort zone and whatever. I was like, you don't have to worry about none of that. They're gonna.
But why is he nervous?
He said he just gets nervous around. He's
like he doesn't know what to say.
Doesn't know what to do. Doesn't know, but he's nervous about how he wants to be viewed cool. He wants to be viewed.
So he wants
you know
to be
what I mean?
interesting.
He wants to be like the guy, you know.
Yeah.
And so he's like, I just get nervous. Like I don't want to fuck up. Like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. So if we just talk and I see. But after the talk, he was like, okay. Like I saw the weight, So then Cotty come over. She's like, so what y'all talk about? He was like,
yeah.
So
That's
then
cool.
After we talked, I said, all right, son. I guess it's time for your first beer.
You ain't called me son in 2 years.
I'm in character.
Yeah.
So I said, all right, son. I guess it's time for your first beer.
Yeah.
He was like, don't do too much.
There you go.
So I wanted to play.
Like, that's all you got to. That's all you got to say to
Yeah.
girls.
Yeah,
Everything.
yeah.
Stop doing too much.
Don't do too much.
Just
But
play
it was,
cool.
It was dope for me that he was just like he did not want to talk to her, and he wanted to talk to me, and I was like.
Yeah.
So I said, so after he left and she was like looking over there, I said, you should have had a daughter. And she was like, no.
So I wonder what he talks to her about that he doesn't talk to you about. It's like,
So I know what they talk to her about. It's anything they think I'm gonna get mad at.
Oh,
They go
okay.
to her. So if it's some guy stuff, they'll come to me.
yeah.
But if it's anything, something get broke or money spent or something
Okay.
like that, that's just
Okay.
Mom, I
I
got
thought it was
trouble
gonna be
at
like, hey
school.
mom, can you teach me empathy and affection?
You teach me emotions.
They
Teach me how to
have
care.
that to the 10th power. They're good there.
Hey mom, I've been noticing I haven't been giving a fuck lately.
Somebody called me a cyborg at school today. I don't know why they called me that, but they
shit.
called me an android. And
I still have to tell her because she wanted to know. She was like, "What did y'all talk about?" So I still gotta
Of course,
let
you
her
still
in.
gotta have
But I was like,
conversation.
don't tell him. You know.
Yeah.
But,
and also, too, don't make him feel bad about not telling you. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause,
Well, we were joking so much about it, like it was like we was like, "This is a He-Man woman haters club." Like we were doing all that, so it was just kind of like very playful, very light. But internally, like even on the outside, I was very chill. But internally, I was like, "Oh my god, like
Yeah,
here we
this is
are,
dope.
like this is cool."
Do you remember when did you go to your dad about those talks? I remember having those talks with my dad.
Every time,
Yeah.
I didn't want my mom to know shit. I didn't talk to my mom about nothing until I got like 20 when I started dating Cotty. And I was just trying to understand the other side.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I didn't talk to my mom about that stuff till I'm like 27.
Whoa.
I talked to
Wow.
my dad about everything. And then when I was like, okay, I'm dealing with women now, different shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me see what my mom thinks about this. Because, and my mom's a very chill, easy person to talk to. But coming up, I didn't want my mom to know a damn, and I felt like my mom was always on some like doing stuff correctly, and I'm like, nigga, I'm in a phase right now. I don't give a fuck about that. Like, I need some advice of like how to maintain being a wild nigga. Like, I don't need. Well, ladies, I don't give a fuck about that. I ain't trying to.
I know
hear
what
that.
you're gonna say.
Yeah, and my dad would come to me more like man to man, and also, hey, bro, that is kind of wild, but like, this. When my mom was everything, straight, and I'm like, I don't want to hear that right now.
But I feel like you were still pretty on the straight and narrow, like in terms of being honest about things. Like, do you feel like have you ever like felt like you done somebody dirty as fuck?
Accidentally.
Okay.
Like just being unaware, like being too young to realize you could have played that different. I thought, well, I told you know what I mean, but like I probably could have played that differently.
Okay, but your intention wasn't that.
I mean, I just didn't. I'm not really concerned with how you
with
feel
your
right
feelings,
now. Like, because I'm just, and I like looking back, I could have been like a softer delivery maybe, or like just handled it a little differently.
Yeah.
But I just didn't care like what you like. Nobody has time. I'm not even here for. I'm trying to play ball. I'm trying to, what I mean, like I ain't. And to me, I felt like if we're not dating, we said what?
Is this about the abortion?
No, I wasn't even thinking about that. That happened. That's
I thought there was conversation behind surrounding the decision.
Nah. That was a mutual decision that we were both very happy about.
Have you ever been in an abortion situation, Keenan?
Absolutely, a few of them.
Jesus,
any actual abortions?
Thank God. They were. It's fucked up to say. I was say there were miscarriages, so I was like, I didn't have the money for this abortion.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, thank God.
That's a celebration.
So that sucks. That
I have a joke about that.
Yeah, it's like of course.
Like not all miscarriages are bad news. Like,
Yeah,
sometimes
like,
both people are like, woo.
Yeah, because it's like nigga, that saved me $500, nigga. Like I didn't have a $500.
Oh, you was gonna pay for the whole thing?
Yeah, I was gonna
the
pay
$5,
for
bro.
it.
Hit.
And I remember,
Or else what? Or she was gonna keep it?
um,
What's the rules behind that? Because we both don't want to keep it.
Well,
Well, I gotta pay for it.
I don't know.
No,
The whole thing.
Oh, you mean like a date? Like who pays for the
Like who pays for the abortion? Yeah.
it's the
Man,
man's
it's a
job.
different time now. You know what I mean?
You don't. If you don't
Yeah.
want it, you got to pay for it.
Yeah.
So
who pays for the abortion? Is it
Whoever doesn't
actually a
want-
fair? You
It
split
is
it? Is it
fair.
50-50?
it depends. Whoever
don't
doesn't
know.
want it. If y'all both don't want it, you should split
it?
If she doesn't want it, she should pay for it on her own.
So you go
But,
Dutch?
no.
Go
but
Dutch on an abortion.
Hold on. But I pretend like I want it. So she got to pay for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's manipulative.
That's
I don't
the
know.
finesse. That's the
You
finesse.
know?
That's
But
the
then she was like,
finesse.
on second thought, I was thinking about it now, and I'm gonna keep it. It's like, no, I was just playing. I was trying to get you to pay for the whole thing. I was just pretending like I wanted.
See, I
to
want no baby with no broke nigga anyways. Like, exactly.
Yeah,
you don't want a baby with me.
Oh man, going Dutch in an abortion is hilarious.
All right, let me get in there and make the. We're done with this one anyway. That's
All right.
fine.
All right,
Yeah.
till
End
till
on
next
abortion.
episode. On the
This weekend, end of the month, I'm bringing my flappers. It's Keon Polee and friends now. We tried to do the under the radar, but them wasn't hitting. So
That one hitting?
the people I was trying to give a chance to wasn't delivering.
Oh,
so now I gotta go
what?
back to booking my niggas that are
Just
funny. You know
regular
what I mean?
old,
Yeah,
what?
like it's-
How many? You had three. The one
I
was on one, and then I went to one. The one I went to was cool.
Yeah, they started getting.
Oh,
I
they started
was
getting-
running out of people, and then people, I was throwing anybody up. They was like, "Oh, my boy," you know what I mean? And I'm like,
okay.
"Nigga, this what?"
Okay.
So,
Oh, wow.
Okay.
and because the whole point was to not book niggas who were working like that. So
Yeah.
you run through, it's
Yeah.
not too many.
Yeah.
You find out quickly. This is why you ain't working.
Yeah.
And so I'm
Yeah.
back. So my next show, I host it, and then I'm bringing up 4 hitters, like 4,
Okay.
beasts, and then, so that's gonna be bi-monthly, every other month. So the first one is January 31st. So and it's on Friday nights. So
Oh.
it's a weekend night.
Okay.
Yeah, Friday nights. So
Hell yeah.
there's no kids, babe. No, I gotta work tomorrow. No, you don't. It's Friday nights.
Yep. You
And
got the abortion. You can come through.
So so it's bi-monthly Friday night. So there's no excuse not to come. It's only once every 2 months on Fridays. So pull up to that.
Hell yeah,
Thank y'all
man.
for the new subscribers. We hit 1,000 on
Hey.
IG. We're at 1,500 on YouTube. Y'all pulling up. The clips are doing very well.
Yep.
So thank y'all for sharing those, watching those, and we're gonna blow this thing up this year. That's the goal this year. So
That's good.
thank y'all.
If y'all want to see it, I mean, I've seen people in the conversation say y'all want to see us live and on tour. You got to spread the word.
Yeah, the podcast has to be big enough.
Yeah.
for that.
It's got to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta get a background.
Yeah.
Before
We gotta
go on
be
tour.
able to plug
Yeah,
out
we
these
gotta be
windows.
able to
For
get
sure.
A,
For
yeah.
sure.
Like,
But we
but it all helps.
Yeah.
It's all viewership helps.
yeah, you blow it up like that. We can take this even if it's only 4 or 5 dates that we go on. It'll be super dope to do. So it's
Yeah.
like we want to. At least I know for me, I want to interact with y'all
let
and
me
talk to
get
y'all
them-
stuff.
let me
So
get them
all right, y'all.
started. Yeah.
All right,
Peace.
y'all.